This is One on One. We are honored to be joined by Ashanti Jones, a Neighborhood Alley coordinator, South Ward Children's Alliance. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Ashanti, we met you through our good friend and colleague, Michael Hill, right here. We're taping on NJTV. NJTV News Michael did a 5-part series on adverse childhood experiences, ACEs. He featured you, told your story. You're going to help tell it here. Before you tell it, Michael, I will say that when we had Michael on our one-on-one program, Michael said that no interview has ever moved him the way his interview with you did. You were 7 years of age. Talk about adverse childhood experiences. What happened at 7?
At 7, I was removed from my mom's care due to drug abuse and neglect, and placed into foster care, separated from my older and younger brother. How
long were you separated from your family?
Well, we're still separated, but I was adopted at 16, so 10 years later.
So, you know, parents are drug addicted. You grew up around violence.
Yes.
Poverty. And this Adverse Childhood Experiences Initiative, which people are talking about nationally, which is part of our larger, and you'll see the website as I talk about this, our Right From the Start NJ initiative, which talks about what happens to infants and toddlers growing up and the long-term impact. Very few, well, let me say this. We wish more folks who experienced the kind of adverse childhood experiences you did have grown up, were able to grow up to do what you're doing right now. First of all, what happened at 17 for you that turned things around?
Well, at 17, I was a senior in high school at West Orange High School, and
in Newark?
Well, that was in West Orange, so West Orange High School.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was at West Orange High School for only a year. It was my last year in high school. It was my 3rd high school, and it was time to graduate. You know, and all of my colleagues were graduating, and my guidance counselor pretty much sat me down and it was like, you have a 0.7 GPA, like it's not gonna happen for you. And I kind of took that and was like, how can I possibly know, that my mom's story and everything that happened with her and see what happened to her and us, her children, and knowing that I wanted to be a mother. How can I allow that to happen to me? And so I agreed to take an additional year of high school. And I passed all of my classes with A's, and I was able to actually get into William Patterson University.
Studying?
Starting in 2000.
No, studying.
Oh, studying psychology and Africana World Studies. So I did a double major there.
Look at you graduating. What was that like? We're looking at a picture of you graduating. What was that like for you?
I cried after that photo was taken. It was such a moment for me because I realized that I had accomplished something that no one in my birth family had done. I was overwhelmed. Like even in the ceremony, it didn't really hit me until the diploma was really in my hand.
You know, the work you're doing now, describe it.
So I'm working right now with the South Ward Children's Alliance, and what we're doing.
South Ward, that's in Newark.
Yes,
right.
That's in Newark. That's in the South Ward of Newark, so that handles the Clinton Hill section, Weequay, and Dayton sections of Newark. And what we do is we provide social emotional supports for families who have poverty issues, any kind of social and emotional adversity that children are facing, to make sure that we're producing kids in the South Ward who are able to be successful through college and career.
Ashanti, what do you tell them given your personal experience? Because you understand in a way that very few others could.
Well, I always let them know that it's never too late, right? And it's never too late to ask for help. And it's never wrong to accept it. So I come across families, because as the Neighborhood Ally Coordinator, I'm responsible for recruitment and being the public face of the organization, so I'm the first contact. And I sometimes see people trying to shy away or hide things that are happening. I'm like, no, be transparent, there's help here. And we want to support you and your children to make sure that they have a different outcome than you did, because poverty is generational, and we want to make sure that we're stopping that.
You're a mother.
I am.
That's a big smile on your face.
It was the best thing that ever happened to me.
How old?
My son is 18 months now.
Oh my God. Look at that picture.
That's Isaiah.
That's Isaiah?
Yes.
What's it like?
It's surreal sometimes.
Particularly given the way you grew up.
It's surreal sometimes. when I first found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. Like, I never really had a mother. So it was like, how do I be a mother to this young boy that I'm about to raise? And every day, it's like I'm so intentional with what I do with him and how I interact with him and how I'm supporting him. Just because I want to ensure that all of those things and those feelings that I had growing up, I don't pass that along to my child.
Ashanti, for all those, and again, we'll put up our website, the Right From the Start website. We'll continue to talk about adverse childhood experiences. But that's jargon, an adverse childhood experience. One thing is describing it, the other thing is living it, as you have. What's your message to all those millions of others who have experienced and will experience those horrific experiences for all kinds of reasons?
So there's something I always like to remind myself. It's actually a Bible verse, and it's that nothing can compare to the glory that shall be revealed in us. And so what that means is, right now we're going through, trials, tribulations, things that might seem as if there's no light at the end of that tunnel, but nothing will be able to compare to what we will look like when we come on the other side of that. So we might be going through things now. However, there's always, help along the way, and there's always an end game. And the end game can be, your story, And I think that that's really important to know, that it's just really important to just, live in the moment and understand that this too shall pass.
Ashanti, you honor us by being with us, by telling your story, by inspiring others. We thank our friend Michael Hill and the team at NJTV News for introducing you to us and so many others. And most importantly, we wish you all the best in the work you're doing every day on behalf of others who just need a helping hand. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 30 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by PSC&G, United Airlines, Choose New Jersey, TD Bank, the New Jersey Economic Development Authority, the Turl Fund, supporting Right From the Start NJ, and by Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.